Hello, Southland Division, and welcome to your weekly Division Manager message. If you've never met me and I've never met you, I hope we meet sometime soon. I met many of you just a few days ago at the Division event in the live animal races, and hope you had a good time there. I know I did, and there are things that I will remember probably for the rest of my life there. Anyway, your manager should have access to a video if you haven't seen it. Here we go. So this week, let me tell you what's been going on and what is exciting. Let me share my screen, and we will talk about the sales for this last week. Already taken out all of the, I believe all of the CSPs, most of the CSPs and the folks that are working the events and the CGC work, etc. And these are the folks that are fairly new in most cases, with a few exceptions. Dax Camaro continues to have a strong fall campaign. Very nice to see another $2,400 only on 4 orders, so a nice $600 average order size, a little bit more. Kirsten from Downey, 1900, nice going. Brianna, I like this. 2 ladies, a male, female, male. Ron Geronimo with a nice $1,700 or $1,100. Ali Abid from Newport Beach, another nice 4 orders. You guys know that 4 orders, that's like the minimum number that someone who's working, pretty part-time on the job, 4 orders a week earns people more than the average high school, or more than the average first-year teacher's salary in the United States. So just 4 orders, believe it or not, do the math. You'd be surprised. Loic, see back in action. Good to see in West LA. Auntie Swag, Sally Cigario, 5 orders for the week. Other people over 500. We got Ray from Newport Beach, Ace Acevedo from NOC, Jaden from West LA, Luca from Santa Monica, Hans Hilton DM from Downey, Armia from West LA, Patrick Gannier squeaking over at 506 to get himself another point toward a Disneyland ticket. A lot of people on the board you see here, a lot of one order people, one orders, you got to get on the board every single week for sure. 20,000 or 21,000 basically on 73 orders, about a $285 average order size, right about there for the week. So, pretty much average, a lot of averages. I know we took most people out of the field on the best day of the week for selling, one of the best days, Saturday, for the division meeting, but hopefully the knowledge gleaned and gained and motivation gained there will create more sales down the road. Disneyland contest. Here's how it looks. Okay. Here's the way it works. We started this contest 6 weeks ago. It is a 15-week contest, I believe it is. Yes, 15 weeks. There are 9 weeks left. So in the first 6 weeks, there are 2 people who have 4 times they've at least gotten over the minimum mark of $500. Okay, so $500 is the minimum number to hit, and you do that 9 times out of this 15 weeks, and I'm buying you a ticket to Disneyland, okay, on Disneyland Day, Southland Disneyland Day in January. Okay, so we've got Alex and Dax with 4. We've got Aria, Ben Cooper, and Chris Robertson with 3. We've got several 2s here. Aria, Hans, Jaden, Kim, Malia, Mark Garcia, Mike, Patrick Gannier, Sarah, Stewart, and Wesley, okay, who I met at the division meeting. Great to see. A lot of people with 1. Okay, a lot of people with 1. I'll just kind of scroll through. You can see if your name is on there with 1. I had some people had them on the first week, some people second, third, fourth, and then some people here. All these folks had their 1 on the 5th, on the 6th week. So here's the dealio, right? If you have 0 weeks over 500, 0, that means it is crunch time for you. You must get 9 in a row, right? And $500 in a week, I mean, we all know that doesn't really take, it's not like you got to do work for 30 hours a week or anything to do that. At 30%, it's cool. It earns somebody, $170 or something like that a week, selling 500. Isn't that what it is? 150, 170. So, it's not bad for 4 demos or 3 demos or, whatever it takes people typically to do. So keep that going. I also wanted to give you a question of the day, a question for some breaking into pairs. Here's the question of the day. If you had to write a book in the next 6 months, what would be the subject and the possible title of the book? Okay, I'll read it again. If you had to write a book in the next 6 months, what would be the subject and the possible title? So the idea is here, just to kind of facilitate some conversation toward the beginning of your team event, is let's pair and pick a person beside you, groups of 2. You could get in groups of 3 if there's an odd number there, but groups of 2 or 3, and then just kind of go around and talk about if you had to write a book, right? And maybe you never thought about it. Maybe you have. Maybe if you haven't thought about it, this will force you to think about what do I know something about that anybody else might want to know. And by the way, there is definitely something in your life that you know about, or experience that you've had, even a story you could tell that would make an interesting book that other people would be interested in knowing. And then maybe if you're really creative, you can think of a possible title. If you can't think of a title, maybe you talk about what your book would be about, and your partner or the 2 people that you're talking to could help you with a title. Either way, have fun with that. Take 5 to 8 minutes of the meeting and discuss that question of the day. And I look forward to hearing if you have any cool information on that. Send me a text message, or if you decide you're going to write a book, or if you would write a book and you think I would be interested in knowing, which I would, feel free to send me a text or an email. I'd love to hear about anybody's book ideas. All right, take care. Have a fabulous rest of the event and a great week. See ya.